What's cracking, everybody? So I'm making a video response. I made one a couple of days ago. It was on my camera. I've got a buggy version of Vegas, Sony Vegas, so I'm not able to download some things. The sound's not coming through. It's fucked. So I know the debate is kind of over, but better late than never, people. And it was such a phenomenal response. It was 29 minutes long, but it was a good response. And this one's probably going to suck, but I'm going to make it anyway. This is a response to Vogter about spanking their kids. He made a video, basically, people that advocate spanking their children can go fuck themselves, something like that. Jack looked for Heather. I found Vogter through Heather. Jack looked for to most of you. And yeah, she made a compassionate, an extremely compassionate and compelling response. She made two, as a matter of fact. And Vogter was getting attacked by all kinds of idiots. Yeah, I'm calling you idiots. Because they were just, some of the stuff was just hateful. I mean, some of the people, you know, they talked about, they tried to make arguments for why spanking and spanking their children was justifiable. And while all the same time saying, well, one of them said to me, your kids are probably jail-bound because I don't spank them. Are you fucking serious? Jail-bound? Could you be any more speculative? Could you generalize any more? One of them said that his kids were probably spoiled rotten brats. One of them actually asked him if he touched his children. You probably touch your kids, or made that statement. I mean, come on, man. These are the people that are trying to offer, that really think they're having a constructive debate. I agree with Vogter. Now, before the hate and the shit flies, right? Before the straw manning begins. I do not believe in corporal punishment. I do not believe it has any redeeming value. At all. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Fear-based behavior modification works. And that's what spanking is. Fear-based behavior modification. You're not teaching your child why they shouldn't do something. You're teaching them they shouldn't do it, or they're going to get their ass beat. That's fear, my friends. That's fear. And I don't think that's the way to do it. I don't believe that helps them in any way. It has no benefit to them. None. Especially when it comes to understanding why people do what they do and why they shouldn't do the things they do. Listen, children, they only develop so fast. Some more than others, quicker than others. But psychologically, emotionally, intellectually, they only develop so fast in certain stages, to certain ages. So some of these children do not understand. Someone said to me and said, well, my kids understand. They know better. Really? That's your argument? Well, they know better. They understand. Yes, children are smart. Children can be smart and keen. They're sponges. But the bottom line is they're children, and they only develop so fast, so far. And sometimes they don't understand the consequences of their actions. They don't realize what they're doing could potentially be hurting someone. They don't. They don't understand the implications of that. But that doesn't mean they should be beat because of it. It doesn't mean that there's not another alternative. Something else you could be doing. One of the people in Vogter's comment section said, well, yeah, well, how many times do I have to talk to them? How many times, do I have to exhaust myself talking to them until, if they just don't get it? Keep fucking doing it. Or find a different way. You don't lose patience and just decide, well, you know what, this will work, and spank them. Now, before I go on, I was spanked. I was beat with the belt. I was hit with an open hand. I've been punched. I've had my hair pulled. I've been picked up by my hair. I've had shit thrown at me. I've had shit thrown in my head. I've had stuff hit me in the head. Okay? It's happened to me. And I'm okay, folks. I'm here to tell you, I'm okay. Why am I okay? Because I understood. I was lucky enough. Even after, but I understood the fear too. I knew if I got out of line, I got beat. Now some of you are going to sit there and go, yeah, that's right. See, that's why I do it. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't justify it. That doesn't justify you violating your children's personal space, their body. You don't get to make that decision. Do you understand that? Now, I'm not talking to everybody in my audience. I'm not talking to all my subscribers. But I am talking to some people. You can hate me, you can be pissed at me, and you can disagree with me. I don't care. You do not get to make that decision. You don't have the right. We don't own our children. We don't own them. They are not our property. Just because we created them. When I say that's my child that I created, that I look after, that I care for, that I love unconditionally. And I hear a bunch of people out there, bullshit. Yeah, that's right, folks. Unconditionally. And it's our charge, it's your charge, my charge as a parent to love your child, understand, have compassion, guide, advise, teach your children. And you don't teach children through spanking and physical contact. You don't teach them through fear-based behavioral modification. And fear-based behavioral modification is exactly what spanking is. I don't care if it's a smack on the wrist, a smack on the ass, or a full-on spanking. And I'm not going to address beating your children and abusing your children because that's a different story. Even though it's all part of the same category, don't get it twisted. It's all part of the same. It's still a violation of your child. But do you understand where I'm coming from? I'm sure many of you do. Some of these people don't. And the other factor that's involved in this, some of these people have the nerve, have the audacity to bring their religion into it and justify it with their religion. Now, some of you that do and don't know me, I'm an atheist. Many of you know that. And I've been on YouTube 3.5 years. And I've had every single kind of discussion, debate, argument, confrontation you could have about any subject on religion. And I've been there and I've done that. It's in my archives. You can go look. And that used to be my main goal when I was here in the beginning. I used to debate people of religion constantly. And I've evolved, moved on from that. Don't understand. Don't mistake kindness for weakness. Okay? But the bottom line is, you can't bring your religion into it. This spare the rod, spoil the child bullshit is wrong. Because that's part of the argument too. That was part of this argument too. Now I can get into a discussion on how the implications of religion on this. I can do that another time. My whole goal is talking about the justification. And I don't see any. And it happened to me. And I talked to my parents about it. I talked to them openly and understanding. I had understanding and compassion for them. They didn't know any better. They were conditioned. They learned it. Just like we learn we learn. Just like we've developed through conditioning. The people that raised us. The people we were raised around. And you may not like it, but it's true. So, I agree with Wagner. You want to justify spanking your kids? Fuck you. Doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I won't continue being your friend. Just means I vehemently disagree with you on this subject. But I can still love you. That's it. Comment, respond, whatever. Peace.